Funding human services is not only the right thing to do, but happily it's also economically the smart thing to do. Human services create a significant return on investment, and that's why we should be putting our public dollars into these programs. When you put money into social services, what you're doing is you're making sure that larger, much more expensive problems do not face us, and we don't have to pay for it not only down the road, but even immediately. One example is the Cuts to Advantage, which is a housing subsidy program. That cut is going to create the need to create many more homeless shelters, which have worse outcomes and are more expensive. That makes little sense. In the area of child welfare preventive services, for example, it costs $9,500 for a family to be served in a preventive service, and that not only keeps the family together, but and has better outcomes, but it's cheaper because if that same family were to put their children into foster care, it would be $36,000 per child. So you compare less than $10,000 for each person for an entire family versus $36,000 for just one child. The other things is after-school programs. They say for every dollar invested in after-school that you save $3, and that's because you're teaching kids how to do the right thing, you're keeping them safe, you're having them do productive things, and you're putting them on the right step into adulthood. In terms of our senior centers and senior services in general keep people out of nursing homes, which are much more expensive. Having services with people in the shelter system. When you make sure that you provide medical care in a supportive housing kind of situation, you make sure that people aren't using emergency rooms, which are much, much more expensive. So funding human services, if you don't think it's the right thing to do, which it is because we care about people and we're a caring society, it makes economic sense as well, and you have to go ahead and make sure that you look at how our public dollars are being spent and realize that it makes economic sense to actually invest in these human services. Human service providers, these are nonprofits, are not only employing people, but they're making sure that people are able to go to work. Child care keeps people employed, it keeps women working. Home care services keep people working because they know that their elderly parent is at home being taken care of. So these services have many benefits, and they're not just about just because we care about people. It's what makes economic sense. So make sure you're a supporter of human services because it is the right thing to do, and it makes good dollars and cents.